was my son.
Hello, everybody. Hello and welcome. How are you guys doing? Omo, I know I want to buy a Range Rover. Okay, but even though I want to buy a Range Rover, I was just too tired. I was meant to do a different show tonight, but I had to move it. Okay, I had to move it. So I'm just gonna wait for others to join us, and then we shall get started. So I'm gonna wait for another maybe 20 seconds, and then we get into today's this evening's live stream. Hopefully, I'll probably just be here for you, maybe an hour or max, maybe about 45 minutes or half an hour, or maximum an hour, because there's work tomorrow. There's work tomorrow. I've got day 3 of 4 for work tomorrow. So yeah. So I think before I need to go and actually look for a disclaimer. I need to put a disclaimer here or like a house rules that on this show I will not tolerate any insults, any abuses, any insult and abuses regardless of what we're discussing, and it's all right for you to disagree with me, and it's okay as well for me to disagree with you. And because we don't agree with one another, does not mean that you have to be, rude or being disruptive. If I say any disruptive comments, if I say any insult, I'll remove your comment and I'll block you, which means you won't be able to come onto my channel again. I am not saying this because I'm too big, no, and I'm not saying it because I feel I'm posh, or yes, I am posh, but I am too posh to be insulted. And because I want to continue to maintain my steez, I will be ignoring, comments and stuff like that. So, guys, let's dive into this evening's live stream. So, I kind of like put it as trending news. I think out of the stuff that I'm going to be discussing today. So, we're going to be talking about UK exhibition fairs. I think there was a UK exhibition fair about last weekend or something, and a certain small business, well, not really, I would say maybe a small business owner, but who attended a trade fair, but then she did not make lots of purchase. She did not make lots of sales at all. So she claimed she went to the sale with over £20,000 worth of goods, and she only sold 2,000 worth of product. So she's like experiencing a massive loss. I'm going to be sharing my screen with you. And then the second topic we're going to be touching on is the Lekki Borehole. Like, what's the big, like, guys, you need to let me know what's going on in Lekki. That how can the people in Lekki be drinking shite water? Like, they are drinking igbe water that has poo in it. And also, there's been torrential rainfall in some areas of Lagos, and you'll be surprised at what the local government are saying to them, that people who have been affected, hello, Abby, welcome, that people who have been affected by the rain, that they should relocate. And I was like, relocate where? So let me start by sharing my screen with you, and let's start with the first with the small business that attended a trade fair, and she's struggling to sell her products. I think I reposted a video. Was it on Monday or on Tuesday? I think I reposted that video that I actually wanted to order, but then I'm like, if I order this thing, I probably won't eat it. Obviously, since I'm on my weight loss diet, I've not been eating stuff like that. Although my kids will eat it, so I'm still in a way open to order from her. But I just want to touch on the fact that obviously exhibition centers in UK. So let me share my screen with you. Um, yeah. So I came across I came across a video, and I was touched. So I reposted a video. So let me go to her page exactly so we can listen to that video where she was pleading. Okay, so this is her page. She's a cake seller, so she's a small business owner. She's called Luby's Creation. I think I saw Abby's comment. Abby said, the last one, wait, another one. They said yes, but I don't know if it was that popular one that normally comes to the UK. In fact, Rita, I don't know if you remember Rita, that auntie that normally sits by the staircase in her house to do her video. She was at one of those I think she was like the one that was done in Manchester because I saw her with some small businesses and stuff. So so Abby said the last one last year filled some same organizer. So I don't know if it's the same organizer or not, but I just came across this one. So this is one of the businesses I attended, and she is known as Luby's Creation. She is a wedding and cake. So she makes, I think she's a baker. Okay, she sells, like, she makes wedding and creation celebration cakes in London. She does cake, dessert, cocktails. She's registered and fully insured, 5-star food hygienic. Our link to our website is there and stuff like that. So she came out with a video. Obviously, that's her page there. Like, she does all of these cakes and stuff, all of this baked loaf and stuff. And these are normally the stuff I would eat, but now if I buy them nowadays, I probably won't eat them. But yeah. So let's listen to what she had to say. So I don't know which of the who were the organizers of this trade fair she went. I don't know who organized the trade fair, but let's listen to what she had to say.
Hello everyone, my name is Lekki Borehole Sh.
Right, there's music in our video.
Please, this is a cry for help. I went for the trade fair yesterday, the Dishepelis trade fair yesterday, and I made a huge loss. Huge loss. I took goods worth almost £20,000. I sold just about £2,000. Please, if you know anybody at all in the UK, man or woman,
Right, I don't want to play that video anymore because she has songs in it, and the song might go against the song might be copyrighted. Okay, so she was practically saying that, what, she went to that trade fair, she went with over 20,000 worth of products. So according to her write up here, so that's her saying that she's obviously, her write up was like, my heart is honestly so heavy. I've never felt like this before. I poured my art, time, energy, and a lot of money into preparing for the trade fair, only to experience a huge loss. It's heartbreaking. What I sold yesterday doesn't even come. So this was posted 3 days ago. So she posted it on Monday. So I'll have imagined maybe she went to that trade fair on Saturday or on Sunday. Okay. So what I sold yesterday doesn't even come close to what I took with me. Please, I need your support. If you are in the UK, help me by buying some of the items I couldn't sell. Cake loaves and cake in a can, freshly made, are available. So she was offering free delivery for orders above £30 and above on our website. So she was like, help me repost. And obviously, when I saw these posts, I was like, obviously, this is my comment. I said, this is sad. This is why, as a small business owner myself, I don't attend Nigerian or African organized trade fairs. And there is no guarantee you will sell a penny or sell out. Please, our UK people, let's go place an order with us. So that's me just asking people to go support her. So when she was saying that she went to that trade fair with products worth £20,000, and I was like, excuse me, are you all right? Why are you going to a trade fair with that much product? I would rather go with products and sell with like less products and sell out than go with multiple products and come back with half of what I went to with. So let me say Rich Abby's comment. Abby said, Abby said, oh, it's the same one. Oh, exactly. This lady collects too much money to begin with. She's also not all right. So when I saw her post, I was like, how the hell did you go to a trade fair or whatever it's called with that amount of product, £20,000 worth of product? There are loads of cake shops in the UK. There's one called Cake Box. Greg sell all this cake stuff that you are buying. Maybe they might not sell loaf or something. Do you know how many cake vendors, small business cake vendors that are on TikTok that are offering next day delivery? And you now say, so even a lot of people are not even go for that trade fair. But you decide to prepare product worth of £20,000 for how many days? I don't know how many days that trade fair run for. So you went with £20,000 worth of goods and you only sold £2,000 worth, so you are at a loss of £18,000. I was like, you know what? I think she just needs to blame herself. There was no need for her to go with product worth of £20,000. Like, how popular are you? How popular are you in terms of your products? How well do people know your product? That, okay, you believe that if you go to that show, if you go to the exhibition, if you go to the exhibition, you were going to sell. Abby, that was what I will have finished playing this video, but because of the song playing, I'm not able to play it. Abby said, is she saying the truth? I will believe so because there were videos. Let me keep playing it, but I'm not gonna play the audio. She was showing us stuff from the stuff that she took with her. I was like, how the freaking hell can you take How do you get to 20K? She has her own bakery. Because obviously when I saw her video, I saw how a video of how she built her own, she built her own bakery. Maybe she used a space in her backyard, her own house or something. She built her own bakery. She must have that much products that she was able to go with lots of, So I was just like, it just doesn't make sense that you're going to a small trade fair. It's not even in the center of London. I think it was held somewhere in Manchester. You now went with £20,000 worth of goods, and you only sold £2,000. You're like, oh, you're not all right. And I was like, Abby said, how do you get to 20K? Oh, now that's what she said. Oh. And Abby also said, are you sure it's not including the fee she paid for the stall and all sort of miscellaneous expenses? Where according to what she said in the video, she was like, I went with product worth £20,000. Let me see if the music is still not playing. Yeah, so the music is still playing there. So yeah, obviously people are like, oh, they're going to go order blah blah blah. So let's play another video. So this is another video saying that she's currently
Thank you so much for
dispatching.
your support. I truly, truly, truly appreciate you. Please, for now, we're going to have to put an hold to the others that are coming in.
So that obviously people are ordering from her, and some people are they're not patient enough to obviously to get their order. And then obviously I think she said she ran out of boxes, so she's waiting for the boxes to come, but she's ordering and stuff. She's already sending people's orders out.
I have lots of orders on ground now, so I need to sort them because people are messaging me, where's my order, where's my order? And I don't want my mental health to be affected. So please, if you are able to wait, we'll process the order. But if you're not able to wait, if you're in a hurry, please do not order. Also, we'll only be taking orders through the website for now, so I can track it because I'm booking it one by one. So if it's not on the website, I'm not able to book it quickly. So I really appreciate you. I've not slept. I've been processing orders, packing orders.
It's good that
I'm not working alone. I'm working with like 4 other people
as well.
So please, I hope you understand. Thank you so much for the love again. I really appreciate you. God bless you.
So that's that. I think people are already ordering from her, and obviously these are the orders she's already ordering. She said we've started dispatching orders, and we truly appreciate your patience. If you place orders, so she's already sending orders out. So those are obviously people that have ordered from her, which is good. And then I think this is another video where she was saying obviously people are already ordering. So this person said here that, but a 20K investment on cakes is just crazy. So Abby, yeah, that was what she said. She said, and obviously people are advising her what other stuff to do, like maybe go to local shops and offer them there. But then, like I said, there are lots of cake shops everywhere. So like, who's going to buy?
Hey everyone, thank you for your support so far. I'm really, really grateful. Please, I just want to beg you people,
£1,000 for a stop.
I know I promised to dispatch them today, but there was an issue with Royal Mail. The boxes arrived, but there was an issue with Royal Mail and the
Abby said, what kind of video is this? She sounds off. Someone was begging. I mean, she said she was somebody that went with 20,000 worth of products and she only sold 2,000, and she said she was at a huge loss. Abby, how do you expect her to look? How do you expect her to look? Abby said she looked like she looked off. She will be off now if somebody is facing a loss of almost £18,000.
It could not be dispatched today. So please, I promise you, tomorrow morning, starting from tomorrow morning, I'll be going to post offices to drop the parcels. Please bear with me.
People are actually saying, this person said that, hello everyone, will it be a bad idea for Luby's Creation to set up a GoFundMe page? It will help reduce our packaging and postage expenses and at least cover the capital investment. I think that if all that can contribute something meaningful, rather than going to set up, just go and order the product from her. She should just go and order from her. There's no need going to go and there are lots of people that need GoFundMe pages. What do you need? She doesn't need GoFundMe page. Instead of opening a GoFundMe page, buy the product from her so that the product don't go to waste. That would be the best thing to do.
All the cakes are very, very fresh. You are going to receive them intact. I promise you. They will last longer than 7 days. But like once you get it, just put it in the fridge or in the freezer, and you are good to eat. The cake can last for months in the freezer. So don't worry about it at all. So please, most of them will be dispatched tomorrow, and you should start getting from Thursday. So Thursday and Friday, you should get them. Also,
Abby, that was the first video I started playing, but because it got song in it, and I don't want YouTube to money, I don't want YouTube to copyright the song, but I will send it in the back office. I mean, I said back office. I will send it into the group so you can listen to where she said I went with over 20,000 posts. I'll post that video in the group. So the first video I started with that had songs in it, that was where she was saying that she went with product worth over 20,000 pounds, and she was showing us all the product in the fridge. All these store fridges. She was showing us all the product there. Yeah, I'll send you the video. But let's keep listening.
I still have more cakes that I have not sold. Please have mercy on me. Please keep sending me your orders. I'm so grateful. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Thank you for your support so far. I'm really.
I think some people obviously they ordered on that Monday and they were expected to get their order by Tuesday. So it's not going to work that way. So at least if anybody orders from her on Monday, you'll probably get the product on maybe latest Wednesday. So I guess she was being like, okay, if you know you're not gonna wait, don't order or something like that. And yes, though, Abby, from the comment there, they were like, oh, should we not send a post? Should we not set up a GoFundMe for her so that that will cover her costs? No, the best thing is is the product she's wanting to sell her, because those products are worth money. Buy the product off her so she can get her money back. All of the postages, whatever, she's going to get them from any sales she was able to make. So I think that's the best thing to do, rather than people trying to open GoFundMe page for her. So I'm trying to find. So these are the products that she sells. So these are the products she sells now. These are the products she sells. So that's them there. Those are the products. So apparently these are all the products she took to her show. Look at this. So Abby, can you see the products that she took with her? These are all the stuff she took with her, and she did not make sales. And she's actually, cut down on the price that she paid. She was selling them. Hopefully, I hope I remember to order before I go to bed tonight. I just felt like, you're going to, I don't know, maybe she's ever attended such trade exhibition or trade fair before. Going with that amount of products or more, no, that was too much. There was no need for that much product. And even if people even buy now, some of these cakes, they probably will be like 7 days in the fridge. 7 days in the fridge, except you have lots of people in your house that can eat the entire tray. So I remember sharing our story, like people to just, support our business and stuff. Let me go and find that video of Rita. I think Rita attended one of those. So this is just our page, obviously the kind of product she sells and all of that. So, okay, this is the trade fair, Abby. So it was on the 2nd of August. This is the trade fair that she went for. The Shapeables trade fair. And it was done on the 20th. It was done in London on the 2nd. I don't know if she attended. I think it was the Manchester one she attended, and that was on the 9th. So that was the one she went to. And it's a shame, but I'm hoping that she's able to sell. At least people have started ordering from her and stuff like that. So yeah. Anyway, that's it there. I hope people go on to support her. Let me go and find a video of Rita. I think Rita something Delta, whatever is her name. I saw her with some other people. Maybe I don't know if it was the same place, but I think she posted another video asking. I think this is one of the videos.
The number one thing that stood out for me was less vendors. Last year, I think they did with 120 vendors and it became uncontrollable. But this year, they went with less than 50% of those vendors. And did these vendors understand the assignment? They did. Boy, these vendors came with quality.
So I don't know if it's the same one she went to. Oh, I think this one is the big. I think this one is the Niger brand chick or something.
These vendors came in prepared. Most of them were here for global visibility. Most of them were here for connections. Most of them, their primary aim was not just that sold out. No, they came, they understood the assignment, and they came prepared. Boy, I had so much fun. Imagine where you went to a fair, just to influence, and then you end up spending close to £200 buying things because I saw things that were worth it. At some point, I threw down my bags and started influencing for vendors.
So I think it was a different one she went to. This is not the one she went to. I think it was a different one she went to. This one is a Niger brand chick, but I think the other one that Baker went to was a different one. Anyway, the lesson that I have in this for people is that if you are going to a trade fair for the first time, if you've never been to one before, please don't go with that much product. Don't go with that much product. Hello, Apink. Apinks. I hope I'm pronouncing your name very. Abby, help me out. Apinks A. Apinks A said, I was at the trade fair on Saturday and honestly didn't see a stand. Really? Ah, now wow. I would have bought for my daughter. The other vendors had a lot of energy calling people at their stand. I mean, yeah, so if you want to go to such travel like that, you have to be everywhere. You have to do it. If it means taking your children with you so that they can dance in front of your stand, so that it will draw people to you, you have to do it. So I want to believe that maybe that was our first time attending a trade fair, possibly her first time she's attending a trade fair. And I mean, just like Apink said that, you know what, she was at that particular trade fair and she did not see her stand. And also, when you attend such trade fair, where you are being given, where you are being asked to stand, or where your table is also a one of the things that could help you. So if you're in a corner, people might not see you, people might not see you that much. Maybe if you are put like in a where your if your stall is way in, people might not see you that much. But if you are maybe very towards the entrance of this of the fair, people might see you. So visibility is quite important as well when you attend such shows. I don't know how much she paid for. I don't know how much she paid to attend that show, but I guess this is the lesson. Like I said, I'm a small business owner myself. I sell scented candles, I sell wax melt, I sell all of this stuff. But this is the reason why I don't go to trade fairs. And yes, in the UK, in the Glasgow, they will ask me to come and pay £500 because I'm attending the trade fair, a trade fair that will be there for 4 hours. And yes, even if I'm ever going to go, I don't think I'm going to. I don't want to pay that much for a trade fair. I'd rather go to a Sunday market. I'd rather go to a Sunday market with my products. If now £200 worth of product, maybe I'm paying only £15 for a table there. If that £200 I sell, I'm happy. I'll go home. And Sunday markets, they're like almost every Sunday in different cities. You know, if you drive, it will be easier for you to know. Just put your product in your car and drive down there. But all these trade fairs, like black businesses, when it comes to trade fairs, black businesses don't really make much money at trade fairs because hardly would you see, especially if it's an affluent area, maybe in London or bigger affluent areas that you go there that maybe there's lots of affluent black people and you take your product there. But if you're a small business owner and you attend all these mini trade fairs or more, you will go there, you will find out that you pay a lot of money to attend that trade fair, and then you visit where they place you at the venue. It's like a corner that most people will not even see you. And if the people even see you, they might really not be drawn to you because it depends on the products you are showcased. Like for her, she sells cakes. Like I said, there are lots of cake shops, Greg's, everywhere. TikTok. I bought a box of cakes. It was a lot of dessert, and so that it has about maybe 20 different desserts in it. I paid £20, no, £25 for it on TikTok, and it was delivered the following day, next day delivery. It was really good, but for me, I'm always like, if I'm not buying it fresh, I really don't like ordering. But yes, so like I said, you have to your visibility, you have to be really known. Like your brand has to be really known. If people know Sabi your brand and then you go to trade fair, then such trade fair, I don't know what you're expecting. But then if you're gonna go, start small. Don't take products worth £20,000. Take product worth maybe £500. I would rather prefer I go with a product worth £500, sell out, and people are telling me, I'm telling people, oh, we are sold out. But then if you sold out of the product, direct them to your website. Go with lots of your business card. If they come to your stand and they realize that, oh, you've almost sold out, you don't have a lot of product, hand out your business card and say, you know what, order from our website. Because you're at my stand, I will give you a next day delivery. I will give you a free delivery. That's the way to go. And then you keep going small like that. Don't just go to big fairs just because you think it's big. You expect people to be there. Go to local markets as well. Like I said, for me, I will start with community sales. Maybe community sales, maybe those ones in the library. They do community sales in my area very well here, but I just don't go. You know, exactly. Have tasters, for example, put something in a tray, even people that are walking by, so that they can use a toothpick or something to pick cake off the table. And then they might eat and they might be prompted. They might be able to come back and say, oh, I love that one I tasted. What was that? And even if they are not buying, they give them your card. As they are taking a sample, hand your cards over to them. That's how you go. Obviously, like I said, I'm a small business owner. I've never been to any of these trade fairs, but I'd rather sell off my TikTok, off my website, than go to trade fair because it costs a lot of money, and then you are under stress because you want to make lots of product, and then you'll be confused because you won't even know which of the product. Oh, should I go with fruity candles, or should I go with wood candles, or should I go with woody candles? Because you don't know the kind of people that you're going to be meeting there. You don't even know if they are going to be candle lovers. So start small. Start from a community trade fair that's being held in sports libraries. From there, go to Sunday market or car boot sales. You sell your product from your car boot. Start from there. Go to it every other weekend, and from there, that's you put your product out there. And then if luck shines there and maybe Oyibo ones, any trade fair that is being led or run by Oyibo people, go there as well. Maybe if they do it every weekend, try and go twice a month. You can afford it. And then that way you are starting to build yourself. But if you've never been to, I don't know if you've never been to one before, or if you've never been to one before, and you're going with there for the first time, a product worth of £20,000, a product that could easily go out of date like that, especially food, or more, you're on a long thing. You're on a long thing. Abby said she should sorry. All of you go and order cake or go and order from her. Please, Biko. If you're in the UK, please go and order from her. She's known as Lubis Creation, Lubes Creation. Go and order from her. Okay, she's offering free delivery for if you order £30 and over. I'm going to try and order tonight before I go to bed. I hope she recovers as well, Abby. Exactly, we don't have the market. We don't have the market. And so when I look at starting food, I'm like, no, I can't do food. If I'm going to do food business, it's going to have to be a restaurant. It has to be a restaurant. If it's not a restaurant, I can't do any sort of food business. There was a time I was doing cook at home whereby people order food, I would cook, deliver to them, or they will come collect. But the stress is too much, and I'm just like, yeah, if I'm not doing that, it has to be a restaurant business. But then I don't have the energy for restaurant business. I don't. I think said there was a vendor selling your father's sauce, Niger snacks, and this lady had a lot of tasters. Exactly. Some of us don't even. Well, maybe I don't know if she had tasters on her table, but that's part of the things. I have lots of tasters. Some that people can even eat. Pick up like it's not like when you go to Costco. Every corner you turn in Costco, you see a stand there where people are, and they will cut tiny pieces, even if it is tiny. At least there's a taster for you to taste what you want to buy first. And if you actually love the taste of what you had, just for the fact that you've had a taste alone, might maybe even bring that customer back and order from you. Or like I said, even while they are reaching on your table to take a sample, hand them your business card. This drew a lot of people to our store that was in a corner. People were tasting and buying. Good advertisement. Exactly. Especially if you are dealing with food. Put lots of tasters everywhere. Exactly. Tasters for, in fact, even wrap little ones that people can even take on their way. Wrap it up. Some people might eat from the sample on your table, and some might even want to take away. Yeah, maybe do some tasters on the table and even put it on in a tiny little wrap bag. People like, oh, that's a cookie dough or something. But yeah, I don't know what her setup looked like. She did not share any video of her setup, so we won't be able to know what her setup looked like. But then it also depends on where actually she was staying. Maybe she was in the far end of the stall, or maybe she was at the main entrance. It depends on what angle or what area she was. But then I pray she recovers from this loss. Okay, I pray. Hello, Mr. Sunday, welcome. Mr. Sunday said, Demonfa, you made some excellent points. Your skill in marketing really shine through. Even me, I'm just trying, these are some of the things I apply to my candle business, but then, obviously the candle business is and the candle market is oversaturated. My candles, the cheapest of my candle is 20. In fact, my candles are £25. The size that I sell for £25, Joe Malone is selling for almost £150. Abby, you can attest to that. My product is a 30 cl candle, and it will give you 40 hours of burn time. The same candle, mine is even smells stronger. I've been gifted a Joe Malone candle before. That Joe Malone candle cost £85. I was gifted it maybe a few years ago. If you burn it, it's not the smell is not that long lasting. Let me not just say too much. But then I've compared my candles with some of those high-end ones, and my candles smells and burn better. If you look at the popular candle business now, Yankee candles. If you buy Yankee candles, you will see that half of the candle is burning down and the half is just standing there. My product don't do that. And if you look at Yankee candles, if they are not doing sales, their cheapest is about maybe £18 something. But my candle is 30 cl. It burns equally. You get the scent. It's long lasting and it's £25. I am a fan. I'm a lover of Penhaligons. Go to Penhaligons and see their cheapest candle. Their cheapest candle is about £55 and it's about maybe 20 cl. So yeah. Habit said, especially for something like cake, exactly. Habit, she says she's tried now. We shouldn't order again. No, good people go and order because she still has more product. Go and order. Let us help her. Let us help her. I hope she has learned now. See, said maybe arts and crafts fair or exactly. That's how you start. You just don't go to a bigger store and you expect that people will gravitate towards you. No, start from like I said, all those mini ones that are in your local library. Go there. Start from there. Me now, it's just because work is not giving me time. If I really want to go, there's a library in my house that is 15 minutes away, and they do this community sale every weekend. all I need to do is just do like maybe pack. I have about 20 fragrances in my candle collection. Maybe take 5 of my most selling candles and do five jars each. So if I go with 5 jars, maybe like that's 25, and go with lots of wax melt. I know stuff like that will not get spoiled at all. It depends on how we package it. Go with 25 candles. Go with maybe 50 different types of wax melt, because lots of Oyibo people, they like to burn wax melt. Go with that. I have confidence that I will sell all the wax melt even if I don't sell all the candles, because lots of people burn wax melt, right? But start small. And then if I see that people are now knowing my product, they are coming to my TikTok page, they are coming to my website, then from there I will start going to maybe car boot sales, Sunday markets, from there. And then maybe during Christmas period, go to Christmas fair. Go to Christmas fair where people know food. Christmas, maybe the Christmas fair, I think they normally do like 7 days before Christmas. Go to Christmas fair. You know you have a stall there. You lock all your product here. You go and sell. That way, start doing that. And then when you start making your money, putting your product out there, people will start getting to know you. These are the things I intend to do for my business, but it's just because since I started this my nurse job, I don't have the time. And time is money, okay? Welcome, Cindy Manuel. I see you. Guys, please thumbs up as you come in. I really appreciate you guys. Please thumbs up. And yes, if you're in the UK, please go patronize. Once I finish this live stream, I'm going to order as well. Hopefully I don't even mind if she sends mine next week, but I'm just to support her, say, I understand how she feels. And so Mr. Sunday said it's their name brand, though. Exactly. Nowadays, exactly, product also, people buy product because of the brand, because of the name, not necessarily the products. Exactly, so you are right. Like my own now, how many people know TMO5 Candle Co? How many people knows that name? How many people know? But if I mention Yankee Candle, people are, oh yeah, we know Yankee Candle. People gravitate towards Yankee Candle. So yeah, that makes sense. CA said Obodo TV mentioned in a channel about very bad customer service and bad attitude from. Oh, let me read this well. CA Obodo Oyibo TV mentioned on channel about very bad customer service and bad attitude from some fellow African lady running an African food shop. Good customer service. Oh yeah, so see those African shop people, they are studying for another day. If I used to do vlogs maybe 2 years back. If you go on my channel, you see I once complained about a certain African shop. Okay, it's like 10 minutes away from where I live. The first time I went in there, because he's a Nigerian man and I've been going, but then every time I go, I've not started doing vlogs on my channel there. And then immediately I went in there, I was like, sir, he's a Yoruba man. And I was like, sir, can I film? And she was like, why? I said, oh, I'm a YouTuber. I just know, obviously, being in your shop so that people, obviously, and that year, I think it was just after lockdown. Lots of students are coming, lots of, people are coming on the care visa are coming. I'm like, sir, is it okay if I film while I'm in your shop? And he was like, why? His attitude alone, the way his response, his tone, why? And I was like, Emma Binu, so I was like, don't be offended though, that I'm a YouTuber, that I just thought that me being in your African shop, I can show people on my channel that this is where I shop for my food so that people in Glasgow. So immediately I explained to him that I'm a YouTuber. He didn't say anything again. But because of the way he replied to me, because of the way he questioned, like, why? Even though I explained, he didn't say, okay, madam, he didn't say anything like that. So I just stopped filming. It was when I stopped filming, 2 Sheshedes, 2 JJC that just newly arrived in Glasgow. They were like, oh, are you that Mama 5? That was where I met 2 people who just arrived from Nigeria. They were like, oh, I've been watching your video about, this living in Glasgow, blah, 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 blah. And to today, they are still on my channel. They come to watch my channel. And a few other times I've been to that same African shop. I just filmed the name of the shop. And I was like, you know what? On a normal day, for me to do that, I would have to, he's either have to give me something to do that for his shop, right? But then that is me trying to give him like free publicity for people who are just arriving in Glasgow. I've seen lots of people who have come to my DM, oh, we have just moved to Glasgow. Which African shop do you go to? Blah, 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 blah. Because there are lots of African shops and it's the only one that I've ever spoken about that I go to, So since then, I think after that first time, I didn't go to a shop for a very long time. That was when I now found some online supermarkets. I found I think I found Wosi Wosi. I found Obonge. I found I think I found like 3 online African shops. And yes, I've been to those 3 different online. You guys will have seen unboxing videos on my channel and on my TikTok. So I started going to them. And then again, there are sometimes when I really want something fresh. And I'm like, rather than ordering online, let me just go to a shop. And even when I go, I just film the outside to say, no, guys, this is the shop I'm shopping. I don't go in there. When I go in, I don't film. But over the past few months, and anytime I go there, it's much more welcoming now. I don't know what change. Maybe he's seen me talk about his shop on my channel. His wife is a very lovely woman, but for him that first time, I just felt like, "Ah, Mr. Man, now favor I won't do for you, now favor I won't do for you." But yeah, with that being said, yeah, Mr. Sunday said, "We know you. How you take know me anyway?" I believe he says so. Abi said that's how branding works. They've paid their dues. Yeah, absolutely. African store are mixing their gari. There was a time I bought a gari, almost sand. Me that I be Jebuge, I love drinking my gari. The kind of sand I love gari. I love to drink gari and I love to eat eba. I was like, okay, if I can't drink this gari, let me use it with eba. I will eat eba like this. If I put and I will, you know what? It's like when you are eating your okele, your swallow with correct soup, and you now go to use that eba to pack that soup, and then you hear sand omo, and I bought a whole 10 kg bag. A whole 10 kg bag. At some point, I just couldn't throw away that gari. So it means that before I eat that gari, I was saving it. I was saving it to try and get some of the sand out. When I went back to the store, I told him, oh, I said, come, I sent you a picture that this gari that I bought that is filled with sand. I was not compensated. And I think I still have some of that gari left. I just couldn't eat it. I couldn't eat it. Mr. Sunday said, bought a meat pie, tasted like rubber. Now wow, you supposed to learn to make meat pie your own. Now there's a video. I mean, I'll try and share that video on my channel. You see, if you use that recipe from that lady's channel, your meat pie, even as a first timer, you will get it right. You will get it right. You'll be proper Ijebu Ode man, correct one. So yeah, I think obviously I hope she has learned, and I pray that I pray she's able to recover some money, and hopefully she learns moving forward. Anyway, guys, let's move on to the next story. People will get house for Lekki enter Egbori Wale. Egbori Wale. Oh. So I came across a post that was talking about people who lived in Lekki, that people that obviously this is not the first time I've been hearing stories about people who live in Lekki, that the water in Lekki area is full of that. If you dig a borehole in Lekki, you are pretty much living your borehole is pretty much you're going to be drinking shitty water. That's what you guys will be drinking. So I don't know how true that is. Like, me, guys, is it that obviously it's been a long time I've been away from Nigeria. I've never lived in Lekki before. Okay, when I went to Nigeria the last time, my sister lives in Nigeria, and I think I love the area she was staying in Nigeria. Like, they have constant electricity, and even when electricity goes, with the house she was renting, they have constant like a plant. So if NEPA takes light, Abby said, Mom 5, do you know I had a food business in uni? Really? Okay, Mr. Sunday, Abby said you should patronize her, that she will send you meat pie. You need to say, if you are sending Mr. Sunday meat pie, be ready to send my own as well. I didn't know you had a food business in uni. Why did you stop? It's not today I started looking for money. Lomo. Jack of all trade. I mean, it's good now. It's good. So I was just talking about obviously people that are living in Lekki there. So like I said, I don't think I've ever entered Lekki. I don't think I've ever entered Lekki. And when I went to visit Nigeria the last time, my sister was staying in Nigeria, and she was living in a flat there. It's a very beautiful. I mean, she's moved away from there now, obviously, since we've been talking. But when I visited her, she was living in a very beautiful flat. They had constant electricity. In fact, I did not even had any issues with like no electricity or anything like that, because if NEPA takes like their plant comes on automatically, and if NEPA brings like there's a way the plant switches off and then turns to the electricity. But now I really don't know what Lekki's setup is like. So like I said, I saw this video, and that's not the first time. There was a time I saw any Priscilla's friend complain that water in Lekki is shite. Water in Lekki is this. People are drinking bottled water. How can people in Nigeria be drinking bottled water? Like, what is going on? People living in Lekki, you guys should move closer. Water don't get any meal. So much of come and buy houses in Lekki. I mean, we have a development in Lekki, but obviously we've not started. But yes, so when I started, since all of this story that I'm hearing about Lekki, I'm fearful now that I don't even think if that development we have there, I don't even think if I want to continue with it, because if you don't have water, like how are you going to survive? Like, you drink water, you cook, you wash. I mean, I don't know. Abby said, anything past VI is a risk. I mean, I have an aunt who lives in VI, and I enjoy being there with her when I was much younger. I used to visit her a lot. So yeah, we always had water. But Lekki, I mean, when you hear the thought of Lekki, all the people in Lekki, they're always like, oh, Lekki, 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 Lekki. The way they go about Lekki, Lekki, I see Lekki is small London. Like, what's going on with their water? I be say Koyi VI the end. That's where maybe Lekki phase one. Ah, I don't know. I don't know anywhere in Lekki at all. CA said the sanitation and water treatment in Nigeria is very poor. I would be surprised if the water table is contaminated with bottle. Exactly, because someone was like, someone in the comment said, "Oh, she and her family they drink bottled water," and somebody was asking her that bottled water you drink, where do you think they get the water from? Anyway, let me share my screen with you. So there's a video I found of somebody obviously discussing about it. Let me bring that video to you guys. So it says here that anyone digging borehole in Lekki is probably drinking shit water. Lagos State government official Mahmoud Adegbite says, let's hear.
Just to add to Mr. Chairman, sir, Deputy sir, if you remember, if you recall, you chaired the meeting we had on the challenges along coastal road, the flooding challenges. So it's one of the major things that we are hoping to resolve. And also, yesterday it rained heavily, which is unusual because again this is supposed to be August break. However, we started having it because of a lot of complex issues. So basically, in terms of flooding, despite the fact that we have committed so much, however, we still need a lot to do in that space. Presently, also on wastewater treatment, I will say that everyone digging any ball within Lekki axis is probably drinking what I will call shit water, kind of. However, if we're able to treat all the wastewater within this axis, which we have plans for, we should be able to also make sure that we eradicate any form of disease that might result as a result of non-treatment of our waste.
So you guys heard that Lekki water and shite water. Guys, Lekki people come and talk. Oh, I think there was another one I found about Lekki water and stuff like that. Let me Google if I can find it. Lekki water. So that was the video I found, and they were like, if you're building borehole in Lekki, you are on your own because na so shite water and I go to drink. So what do you guys think about that video? What do you guys think about that video? Abi said anything else, good luck. Oh. Let's come and pay your dues, Zino. Welcome. Anyway, guys, so now they're telling us that if you from that video there that if you drill borehole water, that you're pretty much digging up shite water. So how do they expect people to generate water then? Because most people will go for borehole. Is that not where they go? Like my parents' house now. My parents they dug a well, and then for water, and then they put like so. I don't even know how they did it, but if I remember clearly, the last house we lived in Ibadan before we moved to the UK, we had a well. We had a well, and there was a pumping machine that pumps water up onto the tank. So that way we just laid pipes, and obviously there are pipes, underground pipes that takes water into the house. So our water the water we live on or we live with is from the well. So when they're now talking about borehole, how does borehole work? Because if you're now saying that if you're in Lekki and you are drilling borehole, you are pretty much drinking drilling shite water. Let me go and read comment from that video. Actually, I think that was the only video I found about Lekki water. Anyway, I was like, come, what's with it with Lekki houses? Like, why are you guys drinking shit water? What's going on? So it says here that Lagos State government official Mahmoud Adegbite has raised alarm over the quality of borehole water in Lekki, warning that residents may be consuming Igbe water, contaminated water due to heavy flooding and poor waste management in the area. In fact, I must say that everywhere in Nigeria, everywhere in Lagos has poor drainage system. Okay, they have poor drainage and poor waste management system. They do. So obviously people are laughing in the comment section, like So someone says, since when and now you guys are talking LOL, cause election is coming, Nigerians if not like no unite, they do not, this tribe do. I can't even read that page in English, but yeah. So that was the video we watched earlier about him addressing the fact that Lekki water, borehole and stuff. And like I said, I saw a comment and someone like, oh, they drink why was I even surprised? I saw a video of Vicky James using bottled water to cook, and I was like, excuse me, if you want to shower, are you going to use bottled water as well to shower? Like, what's going on? Why are people using pump water. I mean, water from bottled water to
It is
cook
I.
and stuff like that. You know. So yeah, I should have shared this video earlier, but obviously it was from that lady again, that the lady we were talking about her business. Anyway, that's that. So lucky people, if any of you is in the house, let us know. If you're watching the video back, let us know what you think. What is the way to obviously solve this water issue? And like I said, we have a development in Lekki, and hearing about this water issue, I'm I'm reconsidering. I'm reconsidering. Okay, I'm reconsidering. Anyway, let's move swiftly to the last topic on the topic today. Like I said, I'm gonna be here for a maximum an hour. Don't want to spend a lot of time. So there's been lots of raining. Obviously, it's been raining cat and dog or cat and mouse in Nigeria recently, and now they are now asking, the Lagos state government said that people should relocate. So you can see on my screen here, it says Lagos government urges residents in Lekki, Ikorodu, others to relocate as heavy rains persist. Like, relocate where? Where do you want them to relocate to? So the write-up says Lagos State urged residents in Lekki, Ikorodu, others to relocate as heavy rain persists. The Lagos State government has urged residents in flood-prone communities, such in flood-prone communities across parts of Lekki, Ikorodu, and Ajegunle, to relocate to safer, elevated areas, warning that the state is at high risk of flooding due to continued heavy rainfall. No matter how much rainfall, if there is non-functional drainage system, omi ma wọlé now, water will enter house, and that is the problem here in Lagos. Apart from people that will throw bin and stuff in gutters, I think there's a poor drainage system in Nigeria, or I keep saying Nigeria, in Lagos. I would say, because I've lived in Lagos before, and I remember when we used to live in Shangisha before we had gutters built. Like, the water, when it's rained like this, the road is always in a mess. Like, if you don't walk very well, you will meet your backside on the floor because you will fall and you'll be covered in muddy water and stuff like that. But after we had gutters made, it was much better. We had gutters cut out. When it rains, we don't have, at times the gutters will get overflown. Like, every rain, the gutter will be, overfilling with water, even with gutters. Oh, but then it was much better because the road, people can still walk, people can still go, do their businesses, and the road was not as bad. But now, if they're now saying that people should relocate, where do you want them to relocate to? Where do you want them to relocate to? Relocate where? You know? So obviously he continues saying that so the person who was speaking was Tokumbo Wahab. He said residents in low-lying areas such as Ajegunle, Ajete, Axis, Majidun, and Ikorodu. Obviously that area in Ikorodu is a water area, so there was going to be lots of flooding anyways, and some parts of Lekki corridor must move immediately to avoid disaster. Move to where? Move to where? Mr. Sunday said, relocate to exactly. That was my question. Like, relocate to where? Where do you want them to go? People who have children, and yes, it's I think it's holiday period now, so at least the children will not be going to school and all of that. But move to where? Where do they want them to move to? Eh? So he went on to say, Ekpe, Mushin, and Ikeja are safe. Wahab clarified, but warned residents in the Sherry OPIC axis to also stay alert, noting that Lagos, being a coastal city, remains highly vulnerable to the effects of climate change. He revealed that predictions from the Nigerian Meteorological Agency indicate that Lagos will receive significantly more rainfall this year compared to 2024. He emphasized the need for those living in flood-prone zones to temporarily move to higher grounds until the rainy. Move to higher ground where? Higher ground that we provided. What's that gospel song again? Move to higher ground, or what? Um, God help me. But yeah, so that was the post, and I was just like, obviously, I've dropped a comment there saying relocate where? Houses you've made available for them, or set up a proper drainage system ASAP. Don't get me wrong, here in the UK as well, even my area where it was not last week that it rained heavily, and yes, we have drainage. We have like underground drainage system here. When it rains, because we have greens, like there's trees everywhere, and there's a time in the autumn and a time even just before autumn where dry leaves will block the drainage system. Anytime it rains like that, first thing in the morning you will see road clearers with their pump. Is like a big truck, and that big truck, when in Nigeria, when Sockaway is being drained, that big pipe that they use to drain Sockaway. That is the kind of truck that you see people that you see the council provide here. Anytime that it rains, or anytime there's been a storm. 2 days ago there was a storm, but in my area it was not as heavy, but obviously there was wind and it was breaking down trees. So most of these trees are on the floor. It's a block drainage system when it rains. So you will see early morning. In fact, at times it is their sound that often wakes me up very early in the morning. At times, if I'm walking, you hear them sucking away all the anything that is blocking the the means of the water being drained, because like I said, there's underground drainage system. You see them with metal brick, metal covering the surface. That's how the water is being drained. So if those places are being if those areas are being covered by leaves or dirt or bags of dirt or something like that, you see them using their big truck with the pipe to come and suck all the junk away. So I think this is the kind of thing that should be done in Nigeria as well. So if there's no proper drainage system, we will continue to have this issue. So telling people to move, to relocate, I don't understand it. Relocate where? Relocate where? And why they are relocating, you see some people has to get stuck in flood. As Sunday said, people are actually mastering the art of life balancing. And yes, they are trying. And I must say that Nigerians, we are very, very resilient people, but our government, they are not seeing that at all. They are not saying that, and they are not even commending. They are not even commending Nigerians at all. But being told that you need to relocate, relocate where? What of people who have children? What of people that water has already entered their house? Like I saw a video earlier on today. Everywhere in a house, like in fact, the only thing that is above water was our bed, was a mattress. The frame holding our bed was already submerged in water. The only thing that's above water was the mattress on top of that wooden frame. CA said, how do folks in Makoko seriously survive? The Nigerian government is trying to clear the people out of the slum in Lagos. Honestly, I don't know. There was a time I was watching a documentary about obviously people that live on top of water. I don't know how those people live on top of that. Like, will mosquito not finish them? My grandparents lived in Idumota. In fact, it was what was that place? Agbole Darosha, Adeniji Adele. I don't know if any of you ever know Idumota. If you know Lagos Island very well, you will know that I am Adeniji Adele and Agbole Darosha is very, very popular. I don't know what that place looks like now, because the last time I visited that area, that was where my grandparents lived before they moved back. They are no longer with us now, but before they moved to Ijebu, finally before their final days. Agbole Darosha was very, very popular. Like I used to go there as a young child. I think the last time I went there was when I was age 14. So I can't really tell what that area will look like now, or maybe if that building still exists. You know what? The kind of area, the kind of drainage system that is there, even though with heavy rain, we don't see issues. There's no issues with drainage system. But then I often notice that mosquito. Hey, anytime that I sleep over, mosquitoes. Hey, mosquitoes. And then the kind of building that we have that are being built in that area of Adeniji Adele, Agda Agbole Darosha, there are houses where their doors are open from 6 a.m. in the morning till midnight, till everybody goes to sleep. And my grandparents, because my grandparents had a business, they had a what's it called now? A laundering business where they do ironing, cloth laundering and stuff like that. So they had that business. So the front door of the main house was always opened, which means that it allows mosquitoes to enter during daytime. God, no. Even me remembering now, I will go there, mosquito will chop me. I will return to my parents' house, I will get malaria. So with that being said, people that are living across or top of water in that Makoko, like how do they survive? How do they cope with that level of mosquito bites? I don't know how they do it though. I don't know how they do it. But then being told to relocate, I don't think that's an ideal advice to be giving these people. So let me show you some of the videos that I've seen of people who are struggling with the fraud, with the flood. I think I saw some of those videos on Today Edna's page today. Some of the people that flood is chasing them everywhere. I'm trying to find some of those videos of flood. This is one of those videos. Look at that.
The Nigerian government will tell people and say, okay, there's going to be a flood. Mm-hmm. Now the Federal Ministry of Environment is doing what they call, it's called early warning system. That there will be floods in about 19 states. Kebbi, Yobe, Bayelsa, Rivers, Lagos, Katsina, Kano, Kaduna, and all of that. And I say that, look, what you have to do, whether it's in Kano, of Plateau is to continue to invest in public enlightenment.
Look at that, guys.
Because Nigerians they don't like to listen. When they tell people that Harmattan is coming up, they will refuse to wear warm.
Where? I'm listening to.
When they tell people that flooding is coming up, they will say, "No lie, we have lived there all our lives. Let that."
Even if they know that flood is coming, where do you want them to go? Where do you want them to go? Are these people all right? Where do you want them to go?
Flood come. What I'm saying basically is that we cannot give up on public enlightenment. We cannot on a yearly. The Nigerian government will.
You're saying that you're giving them information that early warning. So early warning, are you providing shelter somewhere? Are you asking them to go to a place where there's shelter? Because there was a time, if I remember clearly, there was a storm. I think it was just after Christmas or sometime this year. I think I did the live stream that day where I said that I was at home that day because there was a storm and my building was shaking. Like I could actually feel the building shake. And there are some people who, because of that, they were not able to live in their own homes. Shelters were provided for people who know what they were being told that, you know what, if you know that there's certain areas we were told they should be expecting magnitude of wind at something under 90 miles per hour or something of wind. So such way there, if you're not an experienced driver, it will take your wheel off your hands. That is that wind. In fact, we advise to avoid driving between a certain hour and I think we are advised to avoid driving between the hours of 10 o'clock in the morning and 5 o'clock. Do not drive within that time because that is when they expect that the wind was going to be really, really dangerous. And if you do, I've experienced it once. The wind, I felt my wheel, like I felt the wheel go off without me swerving. That's how some wind could take you off the road if you're not careful. Since then, I've learned my lesson. So when that happened, some people who were caught in that storm, there was shelter. They were already notified. I don't know if any of you who lived in the UK, if you're here, there was a time they said that we were going to receive some sort of alarm warning. It was going to go off at a certain time. We had that alarm warning to say that if that alarm goes off, that is you. Find somewhere safe to go because after the alarm goes off, if you try to move anywhere, you are pretty much endangering your life. So we all received that warning in the UK. I'm sure if anybody who lives in the UK would know that. So are they providing emergency centers? I can remember, like I said, here in the UK in Glasgow, emergency centers were provided. In my building, there was an emergency center in the very bottom of this building. But for me, this is not the first time I've been living in a multi-story building. I'm used to the wind and obviously the building shaking. Without being shaken, if I hear otherwise, I am ready to go down the stairs. But then, provision has been made. So, if our government are telling us that those in Ikorodu should leave, those in Ikorodu in case should move, where do you want them to go? Did you provide them with a temporary shelter for those 19 days, or you just expect them to just walk out on the streets? Hello, Floripe. I hope that's how to pronounce your name. Welcome for coming. You said Exalma. Thank you so much. You also continue saying that there should be emergency shelter. It breaks my heart that people are good. Exactly. I was watching it and I'm just like, oh my God. Like they are saying, people, yes, you are giving us the warning. You are giving us the public awareness, but where are you directing them to? Okay, if they go to a relative's house, how many people have relatives in other areas in Lagos that they could go temporarily because there's a storm in their area? It's just not a matter of enlightening the public. Provide shelter for them as well. If there's going to be if the flood warning is meant to last for 19 days, provide shelter for 21 days. Because at the end of the day, it's going to take a while for the drainage water to go down. Abi, I hope I'm making sense, guys. It's going to take a couple of days. If it rains for 19 days due to flood, at least the water is going to drain. It's going to take an amount of days for the water to drain somewhere. But saying that people should leave, it's easier said than done. But let's keep listening to him anyway.
The current basis have a situation whereby you have a citizenry that does not listen to science. So the people who have now been advised that there will be flooding very soon, I think they should listen to government. I think that within any recurrent basis.
Look at that. Flooding, move now. They're telling people to move. Move where? Move where? Lagos wants residents in parts of Lekki. You can imagine Lekki. Ikorodu, they should move where?
I see the actual Thomas estate too.
Ajah. Oh, I remember this place. It's not far off from where my sister used to live. I remember this place. I think there's an Amala joint not far from here.
What of the, now Jesus walk on water, everybody practice for you.
You walk on top of water.
Inside the estate, no they flooded though, but outside, water day. Okay, if you jam me, you go pay. Inside the estate, no they flooded though, but you see outside, River Jordan.
River Jordan, Mediterranean Sea.
Alternative road, down straight, and water. Aqua, most estate, the major entrance.
Can you see?
Now this alternative road, though. Now this alternative road. You see, down flood.
Other thing they could also do in places like the water is not as much like this, they could get trucks to come and suck away all this water. Come and pump all the water away and go, offload it somewhere. They could do that, but they don't have facilities for that. But they are telling people to move. They've not provided shelter. They are not helping to help. They are not coming to help solve how they help drain some of the water away. But they want people to move. Move where? Relocate where?
Imagine waking up from sleep. And this is the worst nightmare.
Yeah, that was the video I was talking about. Look at that.
Look at our house. Which kind of house with this? We're fucking sleeping. See everywhere. Flood. We don't even know what kind of water is this. We don't even know where the water is coming from.
They don't even know where water came from.
What is this now? What kind of life is this?
Someone said Jesus walk on water.
Imagine waking.
It's not funny. It's actually disheartening. And there was another one I saw. People were actually walking on top of a building. That was that video.
Imagine waking up from sleep. And this is the worst nightmare somebody can ever have. Like, look at our house.
Sorry.
Which kind of house with this? We're fucking sleeping. See everywhere. Flood. We don't even know what kind of water is this. We don't even know where the water is coming from. What?
That's that. Flood. There's lots of flooding videos. Lots of flooding videos. I was saving them up. This time people were walking on top of water, actually on top of a building. You can imagine you are constructing your building, but because your building is going to help them, like they won't walk through water. They're now walking through your house or through your roof. Walking through your roof.
And life here in Lekki,
this
water is going for 900 million. Lẹ́yìn for now Lagos yẹn wèrè yóò ní gbogbo eléyìí ṣe o. Onísọ́kọ́ ní wà Lekki o wèrè máa ní.
It's like this type of
million. Ọlọ́run àgbà tiẹ̀ jẹ́ ní ọlọ́run Lagos. Ó sọ fún ọkọ mi wà bí o.
Wetin concern all of Lagos now?
Kọ́mọ́sì máa ń pariwo owó mi wèrè yìí o. Òní jèrè. Life here in Lekki.
Wetin concern all of Lagos? Look at this.
For our security men.
See.
My security man's house.
Look at this.
Yes, no real.
This car, water is already, look at people's cars. Look at that. I guess this is probably Ikorodu area or something.
Look at that shop. For our security.
It's a business. It's a shop business. And no compensation though. If this were to be in diaspora, they would receive some sort of compensation.
See my shop, oh Jesus. Jesus. Yeah?
This is quite sad.
Yeah? Jesus Christ. Oh.
And they expect them to relocate where?
Hey. And then now where I want to start from. Where I want to start from.
God is your helper.
Eh? Yeah. Hold on, see me. Oh. Where I want to start from. Like.
See, somebody's car. Let me pause because of the song. Look at somebody's car. See, even glove compartment, water enter. Can you see? They're asking people to relocate. Relocate where? It's a different case if you say, oh, there's shelter somewhere, you can stay, and if it's safe enough to go back home, then you can move. But you've not provided any sort of shelter, and you're asking people to leave. Like it doesn't make sense now. It doesn't make sense. Look at somebody's car. Look at that's a woman's. I think it's still the same car.
Hey, this
Hey,
one
go
don
engine.
cover engine o. See my
Will this car work again like
see
this?
inside where my engine dey. See everything. Eh? The engine don drink water, no be lie.
Me that anytime that I drive through a storm, anytime I drive through any flood water like that, I will just go. At times, most times when I drive through through flood, I park my car for about 5 minutes. Or normally you are advised to test the brake slow and steady, but for me, no. If it's safe for me, I park for about 5 minutes to be sure that water has not gone where it shouldn't go, because I drive a very big car and it's quite low. Obviously it's quite big, but it's low. It's low to the ground. If you know what I'm talking, I drive a 7-seater. It's a Vauxhall, so Vauxhalls are quite big but very very low to the ground. So if you drive that kind of car through water, you just want to try and test your brakes slow and gentle before you start speeding. I like speeding. So you can imagine water entering into your engine. This car, I don't think this car will ever drive again.
See.
Look at that.
Ala ilé tí mo mi o.
Ó ti mọ mi yó.
Ó mọ mi yó ni lu. See.
This car is over full.
Check out for me.
Fuck it. You won't watch waiting.
Will they affect?
Are you sure it will not affect it?
Inside this place. Kíni ìtìyọ? Kíni ìtìyọ? Sọ́mà.
They are pouring water on.
Ó yìí máa dọ̀tí orí. Your bonnet no need to open.
You cover engine, nobody won't tell me.
This was one I was talking about. Look at the flood of water, and people are on top of somebody's building. And even looking at the sky, you can see that the rain is still piling. It's still going to rain. Look at that. Look at the sky. You can still see it's still piling. The rain is still going to storm it. People are queuing on top person house. On top person building as a bridge. Look at that. Look at that amount of water. That's it's sad though. It's sad. I'm just super happy that obviously students are on holiday now, so they will. At least it will be a relief for their parents for some time before they go back to school. Anyway, those are just the news I've come to share with you guys today. That what Nigerian government, they are not trying at all. You're asking these people to relocate, and you're not providing alternatives or alternative places for them to go. And for the fact that they've not left and they've been caught up in that storm, what is the way forward for them? Are you going to try and provide some sort of help to try and clear the road, or to try and maybe help, try and get some of the water away, or put a proper plan in place for how proper adequate drainage system, or get trucks? Like I said, all those trucks, when you are moving out and when they empty soakaways in Nigeria, they can use pump like that to come and help pump all of those water away. But our government, they just talk, they never do. Anyway, guys, this is what I found, and I thought I'll come share with you guys. And wherever you are, guys, try and stay safe. Okay, try and stay safe. Yeah, it's important. If you receive a warning beforehand, it is important. If you have other places to go, please go. Okay, and I would imagine that most people who stayed, they pretty much did not know where to go, or they just felt like, just like that man said that, they just won't listen. But then if you have alternative places to go, I would imagine they will leave. But then again, they also wouldn't want to leave their homes because it's their comfort zone, and they wouldn't know what they will come back to if they decide to go somewhere temporarily. Anyway, may God help Nigerians. And also, guys, don't forget about that lady I was talking about. Please go support by buying. In fact, before I go, there's a video I wanted to share with you that I saw about somebody actually discussing about attending trade fairs as a small business owner. I found that video earlier on. Let me go check it again if I can find it now. I pray I find it, Sha. I pray I find it because it's important. It's important I play that video for you guys because, like I said, being a small business owner, it's not a must to go to all these big trade fairs. You're just going to waste money. Yeah, there's the video.
It is high time we start speaking up on this trade fairs, okay?
So this person said, I come in peace. Please stop calling it car boot or trade fair because honestly, there's nothing fair about it. I've been in that space before and I'm still in it now. You invest your time, money, energy. Absolutely, you need to come up with losses. It's exhausting. People have become so money on they don't care who they travel or just with that so-called financial finish. Let's hear what this thing has to say. So guys, this lady in red, her business name is Miss Creation. She sells cakes and stuff. So if they are within the UK, so patronize her. Other words of this national. Let's add with her business. Like I said, she said she went to that trade fair with £20,000 worth of products and she sold 2,000 worth of products. So please go personalize her. But let's look for this person.
All of a sudden, there's this surge in trade fair. And please be well informed that I'm not coming for Luby's creation, but I'm addressing the issues that she's raised in her post, okay? So basically, she signed up for trade fair. She was told by the organizer that, oh, we're gonna have a lot of footfall, people are gonna come, and she invested in so much stock. Please be advised that once you get good confirmation from the vendor east or the vendor east that you're going to have a good footfall, then you are prone to want to invest in something. So please do not come for Luby's creation because she's gone based on the information she has been provided.
Obviously, she was given information that there's going to be lots of people there that she will make her money, hence why she went with that amount of product. Or more, even with that, I won't make such like £20,000 worth of. The sound has gone bad. How can you guys hear me? See, can you hear me now? You know, no matter what they tell you, no matter how they sell the fair to you, I still wouldn't go with a £20,000 worth of product, even if it's not food. I wouldn't do that. But let's listen.
Let's stop calling this nonsense, this rubbish that people are doing, calling it trade fair. It is a car boot. I don't think you guys understand the difference between a trade fair and a car boot. What you're doing is not trade fair. This is coming from somebody that has been to many trade fair. I used to bake and I go to cake trade fairs, okay? I go to cake trade fair. I run a business and I go to business trade fair as well. And I've been to car boots as well, okay? So I know a difference between a car boot and a trade fair. Stop letting these people invest in so much stock to come to your nonsense rubbish car boot, being discussed as trade fair because you are so money hungry. There's so much money hungry people on this internet that it gets on my last nerves. Don't say I'm ranting. Don't say I'm jealous because
wow. So she paid £600 for a stand. Oh my God. So she made a sale. She made a sale of £2,000. She deducts £600 from that. So she only made a sale of £1,400. But there's still no profit because she still for product cost of £80,000. Wow. People are saying in the comment section here that our products were not properly priced, that maybe our products are quite expensive. That's what people are saying. That they say so a comment here saying that our pricing wasn't done right. How many UK residents will buy a loaf of cake for £10 when you can get a loaf from the high street supermarkets and Costco way cheaper? How much is the minimum wage per hour? Also, she produced a whole lot. Yeah, this is from start that she produced a whole lot of product for that fair. You've never been to one before, so why produce that much? So this person here said, don't forget she paid £600 for a stand, and somebody said it was £15 for a loaf. So people are saying that our products are maybe slightly too expensive. Well, okay, let's give this to this lady anyway.
It's not jealousy, it's not ranting. As a business, as somebody that has been to carnivals, I've done carnivals, I've done festivals. I know what it feels like to lose money when you have paid a lot for a stupid a stupid table. I know it angers me. I've lost money, and this is not coming because it's the Nigerians that are doing this thing, this one, that one. No, this is on a big scale as well of people, organizations that run all these festivals, that run all these carnivals, and they charge ridiculous money. I told one of my auntie, I showed her receipt of how much I've paid for festivals and carnival before when she sent me an opportunity yesterday, and she was wowed of how much you pay, and you come back home not making a lot of money. So please, vendors, before you sign up to this car booth, make sure you do your due diligence. Take the least amount of stock. Even if you sell 20, accept that you're going to sell 20. Do not invest
That
big
was what I
money
said as
in
well.
this car booth sales that they are calling
Yeah.
vendor
That
is
club was
because
too
they are all
much.
money hungry animals. That's
Yeah.
all. I'm sorry if I'm using. Actually, I'm not sorry. Me, sorry. Tori money that's so toro, and the need that's my barawa so toro. We need to defend ourselves. Anyway, I come in peace. Bye. Bye.
Auntie Auntie don't best. Anyway, that was that. Actually, I saw that video, and yes, so I'm gonna go read the comments in there. Anyway, guys, thank you so much. I just thought I'd bring this to you. I hope we've all learned one or two lessons from all I've shared here. People that are in Lekki, we got Lekki, Ikorodu, wherever you are, that flood is flooding you guys. I hope you guys stay safe, and obviously Lekki Borehole. You guys, you need to find other means of drinking water because you cannot be spending money be buying bottled water every time. Okay. And with that being said, guys, thank you so much for being a part of this live stream. I really appreciate you being here. And yet, your girl is back to work tomorrow and Friday, so I'm working till late. So there won't be any live stream in the morning. I'm going to try and be back here for a live stream maybe on Thursday night, or if I don't do any live stream Thursday night, tomorrow night, I'll be definitely be back on Friday night. And with that being said, I'm still going to be dropping my sit down videos. So if I don't have any live stream, guys, please, watch my sit down videos. There's a lot of sit down videos on my channel, and please don't just watch. Please like, comment, share, subscribe, join my membership. And I really appreciate it, guys. Thank you so much, and have an amazing evening wherever you are. And stay safe if you're in Nigeria. Stay safe, guys, and I'll see you guys later. Right? Bye, everybody. Have an amazing night. See you later.